Hi and welcome to Happy Sewing. Today we are making this beautiful baby romper. Before we start, please like this video and hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell so that you never miss a video from us. This tutorial can be used on similar pattern, but you can find my pattern on Patreon and on my website happysewing.com. We are going to sew this romper in size 86, but this pattern comes in a variety of sizes. In this tutorial, I use scissors, rotary cutter, clips, pins, glue pen, prim wire pliers, snaps, folder, and fabric. I forgot to show you, but I also use a chalk pen. The fabric I have chosen for my romper is a cotton jersey and rib. I start with cutting the front and back piece. I place this against fold and fasten it with pins. Then I cut it using my rotary cutter. You can of course cut it with scissors, but the rotary cutter makes this so much easier. The front and back pieces are done. We do the same with the sleeves. Remember to keep the motifs the same direction as you did on the front and back piece. We need one more sleeve. The sleeves are done. Now we cut the bottom, front and back piece. And again, I put this side against fold and cut it. This will be the rib. It should be located at the bottom of the romper. We need 2 pieces. Remember that the stretch should be this way. We are done cutting the fabric and we go back to the bottom pieces. Draw 2 lines on the wrong side of the fabric. These are marked on the patterns. Since the fabric is double, you have to do the same on the other side. This is the front piece. We have to do the same on the back piece. Fold the fabric like this so that the lines are on top of each other. I use a pin to hold them in place. It's time to edge the front and back piece. I use a baby lock cover stitch machine, but you can also do the edging with a regular machine. I use tweezers to guide the fabric through the folder. I fold the edge of the sleeves and I use my glue pen to keep the fabric in place. I fold it like this and I use a ruler to make sure that the fold is 3 centimeters. This is a straightforward seam, and I'm sewing it with my cover stitch machine. Notice that I keep a close eye on the fold we made. We don't want it to slip. The sleeves are done. Now we are sewing the line we made on the bottom pieces. I'm using a regular sewing machine and I want the seam to be in a nice line. Make sure that we are sewing on the wrong side of the fabric. We don't want these seams to be visible. If you are using my pattern, you should have 4 of these lines. 2 on the front piece and 2 on the back piece. Now we are going to attach the bottom pieces to the top pieces. I want the seam to be on the inside of the romper. That's why I put the top piece like this. I attach it with glue and clips. We have to do this twice on the front and back piece. The jersey fabric is a bit stretchy, so I use a lot of clips to keep an even stretch on the pieces. I sew them with my overlock machine. I remove the clips and I use my hand to avoid and protect it from slipping. I pinch the ends as it goes through the sewing machine. It's the same process for both of the pieces. Time to put the sleeves on the garment. But first I'm cutting the excessive rib. I place them like this to align the sleeve openings with the sleeve. Then I fasten them with glue and clips. I use a lot of clips here to keep them in place. We don't want a wrinkled seam. Time to sew the sleeves. It can be difficult for the sewing machine to sew areas where there are several layers of fabric and rib. I help the machine through these areas with giving the fabric a gentle pull. I'm doing the side seams. I start at the bottom and sew all the way up to the end of the sleeves. I want the seams to be hidden inside the garment and I turn the garment inside out. Then I'm using glue and clips. I do it like this at the other side as well. Then I sew both side seams. Then we do the rib. We fold it and use glue and clips. The glue is just to keep it in place until I've sewn it. The glue dissolves in water. I place this rib on this side. I use the same method for a rib at the other side. Then I sew both of them. Remember to stretch the rib while sewing. Then I edge the bottom. I'm using the same method I did earlier on the edging. One of the last things we do is fasten the end of the folds like this with a pin on each end. I sew it with my regular sewing machine. All that is left is to remove the excessive edging, add ring snaps, and fasten the loose threadings. I run it in the washing machine to dissolve the glue. That's how I made this beautiful baby romper. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. Check out my website happysewing.com and my Patreon page. Link is in the description. Thanks for watching and see you soon!